Can memes about the Depp-Heard trial have real-life consequences? If you're wondering why we would focus we the people on a court case involving Hollywood stars, I can only say it would be naive to dismiss this case as just celebrity gossip without trying to understand the ways in which people could be relating to what they are seeing. For many, this is personal. Let's start by introducing Pranjal Asha. She's a photographer and a filmmaker. Pranjal, thank you for joining us. Pranjal, you've already spoken openly about your sexual abuse and violence at the hands of your partner on your social media accounts. But I want to ask you about how you've been doing over the past few weeks, whether you've tried to avoid hearing about the Depp-Heard trial, how it's affected you, if it's affected you, and whether it's caused you to relive some of what you've been trying to deal with.
First of all, I think I have to mention that, I also heard about everything that I heard about this trial through social media. So I was also one of those people who, began with thinking that, oh, what has Amber Heard done? And then, I obviously had to do some research and then, follow up on the case. I never saw any of the live interviews because I just couldn't. And I do remember that I was down with flu when my friend texted me and said that Amber Heard has lost the case. And I think this is something also because I've been talking about my own personal trauma for almost a year now, for a year now, that I just thought that, this is something so, first of all, personal. It felt like, now whatever I fight for, I am not going to get it. I was anyway not getting it because, a lot of people think that my case is one of those relationship issues where, she's saying something and he's saying something. And although I'm just clearly stating that it was violation of my consent and it was rape, but people just, tend to they basically tend to dismiss it completely, thinking that, oh no, but, they were dating. And after this happened, I just remember that I was lying in my bed and I just didn't want to move. I just wanted to just disappear because I knew that, now by now it's stated that nobody is going to believe you. And whatever little chances that you had are gone because people are just going to be like, oh yeah, she's trying to be the next Amber Heard. And yeah, it's clearly personal.
Pranjal, I can't imagine what it must feel like to have your worst fears playing out on a public stage globally. But let me ask you then, domestic violence is an issue that is globally prevalent. And the way Amber Heard's testimony and character has been vilified in this trial, that has alarmed domestic violence campaigners everywhere. How do you think, you've talked about your personal experience a little bit on this, but how do you think this could affect women who were considering or already afraid to report their abusers?
I think anyway, in a country like ours where we can't actually go to the police and say that, oh, this happened with us. And, first of all, we are not always taken seriously. And when we are, there's so much humiliation involved. And given that, now there's I feel that there's going to be some sense of self-censorship. Women are going to think that, probably they just should not say anything because there's already a statement that has been made. So whatever chances we had, whatever courage that was there is kind of sort of diminished just by, this one trial. And clearly, I'm sure that the police might also not even know about the trial. I don't trust the police to know about it, but it's just that, the system is such that we're already scared. And if anything, if anything is left, any kind of courage was left, now we kind of think about it at home first, that do we really want to talk about it? And probably then, we'll just kind of...
So this would just cement your worst fears. This is, of course, what happened with you when you went to the police. Thank you so much, Pranjal, for joining us and being so open and candid about this. And what you're saying is that you fear many victims of domestic violence would fear that if they shared their experience, they would also be disbelieved, shamed, ostracized. And if so, that is an exceedingly problematic effect. It is disheartening and it is very troubling. In fact, Amber Heard herself warned of this outcome after the verdict was announced. She tweeted that it sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out, we can just play out that tweet, could be publicly shamed and humiliated. She said so in a statement posted on Twitter.